Hello and welcome to episode 183 of TrustyHogs. I'm Catherine Bohart. She's Helen Bauer.
Hello.
And this is a podcast about our perfect lives. I was away for a week. We did a drunk women solving crime crossover.
We haven't seen each other in 5 years.
It's been a hot minute since I was up in this room. I'm so excited. Hello. How are you?
Up. Amazing. Literally amazing.
I am so glad to hear it.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm over having a retainer, even though I opted into Invisalign. That's my current status. But the thing that keeps me going, thank you for asking, is that when Andrew wanted to take his train tracks out, I berated him and was like, grow up, stick with it. And now, don't you love your teeth, Andrew?
Yeah, they are good.
Okay, so I'm going to stick with mine.
Through the fog, step forth the trusty hogs. Yeah, you're gonna give them your problems and they will solve them, or maybe they won't, and that's your problem. They'll have guests and Andrew White on the tech. Oh, it's Helen and Catherine as the trusty hogs. Trust the trusty hogs, or maybe not.
What's made you feel over them? Has something happened?
It's just boring to have to be like, please excuse me while I go siphon this fucking thing out of my mouth, and then sort of come over here like sort of sniveling away, and then eat my lunch, and then I have to be like, I have to go for my midday toothbrush, and then fucking come back.
You gonna do a midday toothbrush?
Yeah, and if I talk too much, talk too much all at once, I get very lispy, and then I have to be like, sorry, I'm lisping. I'm a 36-year-old woman who's trying to fix her teeth. It's all kind of deeply embarrassing.
I've got your retainer's more like flush to your teeth. I've got a bit more of a sort of a retainer, which means it's so obvious my intentions if I go to bed with Reese, because if my retainer,
oh my god, 100%,
he's like, you want to make out, don't you? It's like, yeah, that's why I've not put the retainer in. And he's like, put the retainer in. Oh, okay.
I used to have a bit about how about how, what is the thing, foreplay isn't
yeah.
Oh, it's on. It's just not, it's not quite the Barry White start intro, is it? But yeah, no, I do know what you mean. So yeah, it's that's my preoccupation right now.
I think it's sexy.
It's not, but I thank you.
No, I'll say it. I'll be brave. Every time that you've had to take them out to eat or drink around me, I've been like, wow. There's something about seeing the mold of someone's teeth, something that I was never privy to before.
Yeah.
Which, I'll say it, makes me hot.
Gets you going. Speaking of which, in the extras today, will you tell us?
I'll tell you in the extras.
A date update?
Lame. Yeah.
Woohoo!
But only, I'm
so excited. Okay,
I told my therapist.
Which part?
That I had some dates.
Were you holding out on your therapist?
Well, it just hadn't come up.
What? Oh my god!
I had to miss a session because I was doing something. And then we had other things to talk about because I'm just doing really well at the moment. And oh my God.
This is amazing.
I am going to my therapist and like, I just sort of like being like, I don't know, I'm really taking care of myself and I'm a really good boy. And then she's like, you're a nice girl. And I'm like,
and well done, but sorry, it's so funny that you.
And I'm like, and I went on dates.
But also, it's so funny that you tell like random strangers incredibly personal details about yourself, but you are playing coy with your therapist.
yeah. I'm not well. I'm not well. I'm doing well.
That's so funny to go. I love it. You're like, hey, what do you think's up with me? What do you think I've been doing? That's so funny. Then you go on stage and be like, my vagina smells of iron or whatever.
That is, yeah, I do say that.
That's a bit you've said. Excuse me, we'll talk about it in the extras. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm glad you're doing well. But today we have a mission and we must do more than one fucking problem because today is a
mailbag special.
We've only done one successfully before, but let's give it a whirl. Brave if we say.
Feminists. So today it's going to be called the female bag special.
Female. Very nice. When you weren't here a couple of weeks ago, Catherine, we didn't do a problem.
What?
We did one of the extras. I got to one of the extras.
Andrew, thank you for snitching, you absolute rat bag. What the hell?
Rose and Patrick distracted me.
They're the guests. You were in charge.
I can't see. I had the clock is there, as discussed in Rose and Patrick's episode, and I can't see it.
Okay, do you know what?
And we did do a problem
in the extras. Yeah.
How many years are we doing this? 5?
Since
podcast only 3.
Yeah, 3 for the podcast.
Yeah, and I'm little.
No, how long are we doing this? Is it only 3 years?
3 years podcast, 5 years of since Geekless.
Okay, well, somewhere, I stopped caring. I don't care. We'll do them today. Mailbag special. Female bag special.
So not angry.
Female bag special.
No, truly,
Happy.
like lost all sort of sense of. Do you know what has happened here? Is I've just eaten, and I'm so blasé because I was starving,
Yeah.
and now I've just had a Freddo. You can't really bring me down.
I want to eat, actually. I forgot I wanted to eat.
Yeah. Well, this will be fun.
Can I
dynamic.
eat a tangerine whilst we listen to the problem away from the microphone?
Promise it's going to be away from the microphone.
Yeah, and promise that we'll do 10 problems.
Okay,
Is
fine.
it
And
a
also,
10?
No, we're not going to do 10.
10. Well,
Are we
fine. Well, how
fucked?
many
Are
then?
we fucked?
What
Is
was
it-
our record? 3?
6.
Six. Your memory.
That's great.
Well, if there was an achievement involved, I'll remember, obviously. Grab your tangerine.
Okay.
Is it a tiny tangerine?
Very little.
Go on and get your little
you
tangerine.
just see it?
So. Well, yeah.
It's for anyone who's just listening, it's the size of the average woman's clitoris. There we go.
Average
What?
woman's
That can't.
clitoris,
Oh, because
okay.
most of it's inside you, to be
Oh.
clear.
Oh, I didn't know that actually.
Yeah, most of it's inside you.
Oh no, I was making a joke about having a big clit, and then I was going to reveal it, and it was going to be
Oh,
bigger.
wow, that is
and then like an
tiny.
It
absolute
is
gobstopper.
teeny weeny, isn't it?
that
It's so cute.
adorable?
It's so cute.
This is it against an iPhone.
Oh my god, it's so little. It's like a button.
Just turn my torch on. It literally thought it was a finger.
That's
Are you
so
dying?
cute.
Nice.
I'm dead.
You know what? I'll give a shout out. Cooperative.
It's smaller than
The
an egg.
co-op.
I don't know that that's worthy of a shout out because
Oh,
while it's
right.
very, very cute, I'm like, if I paid for a tangerine and I got that, I'd be like, where's the rest of my tangerine?
Well, I paid for a baggie of tangerines, and they came with several. And me and Sunil have to have about. I think we've got to eat 16.
I
in the
don't
next
think you
2
can make
days.
baggy happen
You gotta
because it's
eat
already
16.
being used.
Yeah.
Baggie.
Yeah.
Oh, for Coke.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
just drugs.
You don't order Coke from the cooperative. They
I
do
don't think so.
groceries and funerals.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, fair,
I
fair
thought of something fun for you, by the way. I don't know what you can do with this, but it's been in my head for a while.
Go on.
Piley Minogue. Piley Minogue.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah, Pileys, yeah.
Well, that's very nice because that you could call. Oh wow, what a snort! You have a lot happening. You have food in your mouth as well. Wow, a lot going on for Helen. You could call Sunil a Piley Minogue if he makes too many piles.
No, because
You're being a
moving
pilot.
situation not happening quite yet, and just like, or just like you got a removal van, and turns out you got to be free on the day that you book them. They have to be free to do the van and all that stuff.
Sorry, what does that have to do with Piley Minogue?
still, like Piley Minogue is still very much mainly my Piley at home.
So you can't go around throwing around
Well, I don't want to be
accusations.
called Kylie Minogue, but I had a Kylie
Fine.
Minogue calendar when I was younger, which makes me think, you know.
And also it just makes it sound like you look like Kylie Minogue and you have piles. But anyway, let's...
Kylie does not have piles.
No way, no way.
I love the idea of you at school being like, we're meant to be dating. We've got the same Kylie Minogue calendar.
Come on.
Come on!
Come on.
Poor
Helen,
Chris Beck, who I actually did like ask out so many times in
have you
year
just
8.
wiped up the tangerine juice with your lovely lovely top?
Is that not normal?
To use your sleeve to wipe up juice? No. No. What? There's kitchen roll right there.
There is as well. Oh, I would do that with water maybe, but not sticky juice.
No, not anything that might stain or smell.
I think
Hello?
I want to no. One second, I want to defend myself, but I don't know if I can. Am I indefensible?
In that moment, go on.
Orange is a cleansing. They are used for cleaning eyes. Which
What
means
are you talking about?
because you know in some countries you can clean an eye by taking an orange peel, and when you do that, you know, like when you're making cocktails and we worked in a bar, and you do that and you like mist it and you can feel the juices popping out. People do it with their eyes.
Oh.
And it's because it's cleansing. And so I wanted the smell of cleansing citrus on my middle forearm.
You didn't even notice you were doing it. It just sort of happened, and then you.
I
it
know,
was
but that's
part
'cause
of
I'm a
you.
bit
What-
grotty, aren't
Okay,
I?
that's
I am a
alright.
bit grotty,
Okay,
and I
that's
know
fine.
that. And I'm trying to not be grotty at the moment. I'm also trying not to see myself as grotty, but I
You're-
did a grotty thing.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that how have I somehow become the bad guy?
No, you're not the bad guy. I'm just saying, like,
I'm like
I
the
did-
grotty maker. What have I done?
No, I just did something that was a bit grotty, and I'm sorry.
That's okay, my
That was
love.
horrid.
No, it's all right.
was
It's all
horrid.
right. But let's get on with the problem.
And it wasn't snotty or
No,
nothing.
seriously, we have to get on with the problem.
Okay.
Ready for this?
Well, let's start our female bag special.
Yikes!
No,
I
actually,
I
I like it
actually
when you
hate it.
said
It's
it,
making me a chauvinist.
Good. Well, we've started with a man, so let's
I hate
that'd be
it.
great.
I want a male bowl bag special, please. Now go on.
Ew.
Ew, go on.
Here she fucking is. There's the
Ew.
bisexual out and about. Whack a sausage in her. 12 pork. No, sorry. I don't know. I'm so sorry.
You're right. It's okay.
This is a CBD. You know what? Go.
Maybe that's it. Go
This
on.
is from A.
Hi, A.
Ah.
Hi, Hogs. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Oh my
Slay.
gosh, an honor.
I'm a 36-year-old pansexual man.
I can't believe you listen to this podcast, but go on.
Thank you.
The pansexual, I guess, but still, 36-year-old man
Historically, I've
out
been
here listening to this.
Yeah.
Fair play to you. Go on.
Historically, I've been in relationships with women, but I've only had hookups with men. I've always said I'd come
Brag.
out to my family when I was in a relationship with someone who wasn't a cis woman. It wasn't about hiding or being ashamed of who I am. It was more that I didn't want to explain Grindr to my Irish Catholic family. Fair enough. For context, you should know. That for context, you should know that not only will my whole family be cool with it, but my dad has already thought I came out to him on at least 3 occasions. So
What? Like, he just minced into the kitchen and his dad was like, surely we've done this.
Yeah,
Surely. Surely.
say no more.
Yeah. Please stop telling me. I get it. God, amazing.
Okay, that's quite. I love that.
I'm charmed,
Yeah.
obviously. Go on.
My question is, what's the most fun I can have finally actually coming out to my family? Any suggestions for a proper actual coming out?
Catherine's
Obsessed.
about to explode.
Does
Go, babe, go.
does this just mean that he's now in a relationship with a man, so it's time?
I guess, or he's just decided that he's not going to stop waiting for a relationship.
Yeah, just fuck it. I'm doing it.
Pinata.
Like a gender reveal.
Yeah.
What
But
falls
it's
out then?
homosexual.
But what comes out?
Or cake and it confetti, one of those confetti cakes that just spills everywhere and you're like, I'm gay. Or
fill the hundreds and thousands.
I think what comes out of the pinata is like rainbow confetti, but will they get it?
I mean, yeah, because the rainbow insignia. But I also think like, would you not want like? I don't know. No, pinata is such a fun one, but you'd want it to be edible stuff as well. Because if someone broke into a pinata and there was nothing edible, I think I'd be upset.
Yeah, that's true. What do you think?
I'm just thinking like where are you? Could you like dye the river? You know how Chicago dyes its river green for St. Patrick's Day? Like, could you dye the
Isn't
river
that
into the
Boston?
colours of a rainbow?
Or the pansexual flag?
Yeah,
Pink,
what's
yellow,
the
blue.
pan-
The
Pansexual,
Irish,
pink.
can you behave? They don't know. He doesn't think that his Irish family know Grindr. They're not going to know what the pansexual flag
Yeah,
is.
it's fair,
Behave
fair.
yourself. They'll be like,
Every day's a day to learn.
give me a break. Yeah, but like they have to know even what region they're learning in. Come on.
Okay, yeah.
They'll
Oh
be
my
like,
God.
Uruguay?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Pink, yellow, and blue. Did you say?
Yeah.
Get a dog. You know when you can like color dogs, and they get like a pink, yellow, blue dog,
But then you just have a dog.
and then it's like running around, and you go, you know what that dog represents?
I don't
No,
think,
maybe not the dog. Actually,
I don't think you do dye a dog because I don't think
Don't
you
dye the
want
dog.
the association of coming out to have anything to do with dogs, really.
Yeah. I don't know why I said that, but I just thought I was trying to
just
think of
I
things you
just
could
think
put
keep them
colors
apart.
on. Yeah.
I do know what you mean, but I think like just don't.
Skywriting.
Yeah.
Skywriting's so fun.
That's fun, right?
You
Yeah.
guessed it, bitches. I'm gay.
Or the paper letter. So what's the most efficient?
Gay, and then an arrow down to you, and you're just standing there on top of a field.
Or you learn to play the pan pipe.
Here we go.
Are you getting it? Are you getting it?
Yeah.
You do, I'm coming
he's
out.
pan. He's finally on the pipe, if you know what I mean. And I do mean penis. And then he learns to play I'm Coming Out.
While
It's
dressed as Peter Pan. As
perfect.
Peter Pan.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
That is how you do it, and you video it and you send it to us.
We solved it. The end. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
That is the only way to do it, isn't it?
Or he cooks up a big pan of sausages. Maybe he fries them at the same time.
There has to be food for sure, because I think
Yeah.
people do want to eat at any gathering.
They're like, what are we celebrating and where's the food? Yeah. Maybe the confetti cake as well. But pan pipes,
Maybe just
surely.
everything we've suggested.
I think, yeah. You're welcome.
Also, put it online. There's not a pan flute cover of I'm Coming Out. I was looking for it. There's not one. So put it out there. Release it. There's a market untapped.
This is your
Wow.
moment, eh? This
Wow.
is your moment. Oh my God, happy coming out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
best of luck. Congratulations. I hope that they don't surprise you and actually get mad.
Oh
Good
God, no, they
luck.
won't. They won't.
You
And
never
if they
know.
do, you tell me.
But they
and
probably
I'll come
won't.
see
But
them.
families are, well, it'll probably. Anywho.
Do you wanna?
No
finish
one's
that?
going to be a Debbie Downer after pan pipes.
Everyone loves the pan pipe.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if I've ever heard a pan pipe live.
You do the can, but sing
Never.
pan.
but live.
Pan
Oh,
can.
that's fun.
Right?
You not had any
Kinda
of those
fun.
Peruvian buskers? Surely you've had a Peruvian busker in your life.
What are you talking about?
Stop
Stop saying Peruvian busker at me like that's an obvious
There's a man
reality.
in sort of like a poncho, and he's playing the panpipes in the city centre.
And other people see him?
And he's selling his CDs of his panpipe covers.
Okay, yeah, no, I actually do know. I can't believe I forgot this.
I don't know that I've...
That's not been a thing for a while.
I don't know that I've instantly been like, Peruvian.
Yeah.
No, but you're saying like it's apparent that that's Peruvian.
I think it is Peruvian. I'm 90. They've got pictures of, like Machu Picchu and stuff on the old.
I'm supposed to be looking at... Behave yourself. Okay, fine. I'm not placing mountains. Is that
well, that's good, because then you can go and learn by go to Peru to learn the panpipes, make a journey of it.
Solved.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh my God. One down.
So this is from F.
Hi, F.
Hi, Hogs. Firstly, I should start by saying thank you for creating the best podcast ever. I discovered it back in August via becoming interested in stand-up comedy, and it's become my favourite part of the week.
That's so nice. Thank you so much.
Oh, it was a thank you so much.
I'm 22F, and I'm about to graduate from an undergraduate theatre degree where I've specialised in writing.
Oh my God, congratulations.
I love playwriting, and I'm eager to branch out into other media too, but I've hit a bit of a roadblock when it comes to thinking of ideas. Yeah. I find that when I reflect on my own writing, I feel it lacks depth or grounding in anything, especially socially or politically. But I also feel I'm not yet equipped to tackle big, serious issues. I think my main problem is that I don't have a great deal of life experience. I'm a huge introvert with a small circle of friends. I've never been in a relationship, just school, college, then uni, and that's been my whole life so far. Aside from this, anything that could be deep enough feels too raw and personal to lay bare in a play right now. So, my question is, how do you suggest working around the fact that lived experience is a finite resource? Do you have any tips for generating creative ideas? Any writing exercises you use, experiences you recommend, or general advice on the creative process? I admire you all so much as creatives, and it'd be a privilege to hear your wisdom. Lots of love, F.
This is such a nice question. I have a lot of thoughts on this, actually.
So do I.
Okay, amazing.
You go first.
Great. Well, I just think, first of all, knowing who you are as a creator, self-awareness is a huge part of the process. And I think you might well in your future be able to write about those things that currently feel too raw, but there's no urgency to do it now. And actually better to be better at your craft before you do that, because you only really get one shot at it. You don't want to waste it when you don't feel like you're at your best. True. Second thing to say is, have you been to the theatre? Like, sometimes there's too much try hard depth where you're like, I don't know that this is like, if it feels in any way insincere, it's so crap. Whereas fluff, for fluff's sake, is always joyful.
Yeah.
I think right now, if what you have is not a huge amount of like political depth, even if that's something that you want to shoot for, spend a bit more time watching theatre that is just joyous, because that you can do right now, lighter stuff. And hello, that shit sells. It's like, there's a reason pop music is popular. There's a reason that fucking Andrew Lloyd Webber is not exactly a think. They're not like think pieces. Do you know what I mean? Okay, Helen's looking at me like that.
Where the fuck did that come from?
No, even Andrew Lloyd Webber himself says that.
Yeah, but like that was just fucking like that was
But
unnecessarily.
like the play that
jabbing at
goes
me.
wrong is like $1 billion success. Like just
Yeah,
like,
but I get it. But like that was just so unnecessary.
What I'm
as a
trying
friend.
to say is that light is not inherently bad.
Yeah.
In fact, light is often escapism. It's joy. It's fun.
Down
It's
the Wind
entertainment.
is about- you're gone.
Oh, Whistle
Yeah.
Down the Wind wasn't good though.
Yeah.
Other than the title song, it wasn't.
I've never seen it and I don't care. But I'll just
Have you
say,
heard the Boyzone cover of Whistle Down the Wind?
have I fucked? No, of course not. But
Wonderful.
oh, poor Stephen. That would be my advice in terms of like not putting too much pressure on yourself for depth. The other thing to say is like, hone your craft, do as much of it as you can before you go for your big story, your big like biographical story. I definitely didn't do that, and I wasted. I think I regret how I told my own personal history and wish I would have had that go again. And you're 22. Have fun. You're gonna make shitloads of mistakes. Have so much fun. How do you generate ideas, though? That's the part of the question I haven't answered. Any thoughts, Helen?
Yeah, well, I think my answer was different to yours actually.
Great.
Overall, which is like a lot darker actually, weirdly. I always thought like when people try and shoot to write something that's like darker or what they think is powerful or meaningful or something that's important, like I think life just inherently is tragic and hard enough that just like writing about your life, there will be so much depth in it. And like when people try and force something to be like a political commentary, and I know that because I tried doing that when I was like doing like sketches when I was like in my early 20s. I was like, it's got to make a point, but it's like everything does reflect everything. I feel like such a wanker saying this.
No, but the personal can definitely be political.
That's the thing. And like, I just really believe write what you know. Writing what you know, you really can't go far wrong. And it's also the most interesting. You'll learn the most about yourself. You'll be such a more rounded person.
Also, it's funny, isn't it, that they're saying like, I don't have any life experience. I feel like I have had such a small like
everyone's
write
had a
that.
life.
No, but also write that. Like,
exactly.
how many? There are some of the best stories. Some of the like greatest stories in history are about people with tiny lives. Sometimes longing for bigger ones. Sometimes looking for bigger ones. Sometimes discovering the joy of the small. Sometimes like it's the minutia of those interactions. Like,
and sometimes it's a Lion King. Like sometimes it is bigger, you know.
but that's a story about a person with a small life wishing for a big life.
He's a prince.
Yeah, but he's captive in many ways in a very small set
Yeah, that's
and
true.
by circumstance.
Yeah, but Sarabi loves him even though Mufasa dies.
Oh,
Although that is obviously that's Lion King's a Shakespeare adaptation. That
What?
is
Can you imagine if I didn't know? Sorry.
that is something
But you
can-
don't know?
no,
It's Hamlet.
cool. Everything's Hamlet. It seems how boring.
Oh,
then-
really? That
Oh
blew
my God,
mind
right,
when I first
Hamlet!
This is
heard
what I was
it.
going to say is you
Right,
can do
Hamlet!
adaptations of stuff that's out of copyright just to get into the craft of writing.
That's a good idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
good shout. Good
Right,
shout.
Hamlet.
Or write spec scripts for like TV shows you like.
Oh,
Take
that's
characters
smart.
you already know.
Yeah, you already know how they would behave and why they would behave. That's very, very smart. Such a good idea, Andrew.
Thank you.
Okay, I think you solved that.
Also,
one.
go
Bloody
see
hell.
some shit theatre. Like, go see like properly shit theatre, and because this is how loads of people get into comedy.
We'll see everything.
It's go and go. I can do that.
They're graduating from theatre school, aren't they?
Yeah.
They'll have seen some.
Yeah, fair.
They'll have seen more than they will want to have, I imagine.
And it's all subjective, and you're just gonna make it, and then you're gonna move on. Like everything you make, you just move on from at some point. Like, yeah. I think you've got this.
I think so too. And have so much fun, because if you don't like the writing part, then it's going to be a long old game.
What's the thing? Enjoy the journey of becoming.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Because when you're there,
People forget to
there's nowhere
enjoy
to
the
go.
journey of becoming, but enjoy the journey of becoming.
Hell yeah.
And 22. What else would I say? Get regular checkups for STIs and STDs.
Yeah.
That's always good advice to say, I think.
Even
and
if they haven't asked for it.
get an ISA to put your money into.
Are they still doing ISIS?
Yeah. Yeah. Just not Help to Buy ISIS anymore.
Oh,
Not
the help to buy ones.
You can
My
get lifetime
apologies.
ISIS.
Oh,
Yeah.
and shares
God, they
ISIS.
stopped letting those start in like 2018. I think I was like the 2 days before the limit.
I still
Yeah.
have one.
Fucking crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Mad.
Yeah.
Tries to look out there.
We actually have next a massive update from a massive problem.
This is music to my ears. Okay.
I will actually have 2 updates from the same problem from different perspectives. This
What?
Okay,
was-
Catherine, you are like a dog on heat
I
right
love
now.
gossip. I love gossip. I love updates. Tell me everything, but go slow. I want to enjoy it.
So this is from
Wait, did everyone else hear that? That was grotty.
Do you ever hear you? We literally have the most sexual innuendo, the most like overt. What's the opposite of innuendo? Of like just like
an entendre.
yeah, that we. Well, you can take my little joke. Go on, Andrew.
So this is from our Jen Brister episode,
Okay.
and it was
I remember this problem. I just realized that she's autistic and then was thinking about leaving her husband because she thinks she might be gay.
yes.
Oh,
So this is somebody having
don't
lots
tell
of
me
like
gossip. I will not forget it.
sort of midlife realizations about being autistic, about maybe repressing sexuality.
Yes.
She'd only
and-
ever been happy that one time she was with a girl, remember?
Yes. Yeah. I know. I remember this.
But she was married and had a child with
Yeah.
yeah.
her husband.
We remember.
But had started having was there someone else they started having
No.
feelings
No,
for?
no.
No, it was
No.
just possibilities.
We have an update from the original S, and we have an email from the husband.
What? How does
Okay,
the husband know about the
now
podcast?
I'm-
What? I feel a bit sick.
I'm gonna wet myself.
No,
I don't. What did we say? What did we say?
How does he know about the podcast?
Well, if you read this, I'll read this first email, and then I can imagine that this podcast came up in conversation when they were talking.
Oh my God, I'm so mortified. We were actually quite reasonable, but
Were we
quite
joking?
stern. No, we were pretty like, get the hell out.
Okay.
If you don't do it now,
You're
you're going to have to do it
enjoy
at some
your
point, but
life,
you could still
yeah.
have a lovely family with this gorgeous man.
Yeah.
But also he deserves to have somebody who loves him
Well,
in a passionate way.
No, well, actually,
I feel a bit sick. Just get on with it, Andrew.
Okay,
Go quick, go quick. I
mess.
changed my mind.
Hi, Hogs. I was
Hi.
both surprised and mortified when my email was read out in the lovely Jen Brister episode.
Surprised and mortified. You sent it. What did you think we were going to do with it? To be fair, we do often need them for like 6 years.
Yeah,
or
and
8
also
years.
it's like Jen Brister. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're
You've
questioning
taken it
your
to the-
sexuality, and it's like one of the queen of the lesbians.
But
like-
we're obviously going to do then. Okay, sorry, go on.
I didn't recognise the poor, confused person in the email, so I thought I'd better send you an update.
Oh, how long ago had they sent it? Had it been?
Only a few weeks. It was quite a recent one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not long
going
after I
this
sent the
fast.
email to you, my boyfriend and I ended up having some really open and honest conversations about things that we'd never spoken about through our entire relationship.
Boyfriend or husband? It's switched now.
Oh, yes, it was boyfriend, but they had
Okay.
a partner together.
Okay,
They had a
sorry.
child together,
Okay.
sorry. Yeah, my bad. Without going into details, we decided to give ethical non-monogamy a try. We both joined dating sites, and to my surprise, I found a whole community of people in exactly my situation. Hetero-presenting relationships, but looking to explore their queerness with their partner's blessing. I have had some fun conversations and met a lovely woman who I really enjoy getting to know. She is also a Trusty Hogs fan.
Stop.
We got that E&M market. That's where the money is.
E&M and crochet, baby. Those are our target guys.
Thank you to the person who came to my preview at the Bill Murray. I'm
Thank
wearing
you
the
to
scrunchie.
Brighton.
Thank you so much.
Go on.
My relationship with my partner is the best it's been in years. I feel like I'm no longer hiding, not just my neurodivergence, but also my sexuality, and feel the most comfortable identifying as queer. I'm not sure this is the update you're expecting. I do love a plot twist. Love from S.
I loved that update.
That's the best of all updates. Their relationship is better because she told the truth.
Yeah.
That's an amazing update.
Let's hear from the partner.
Hi.
Wait. I need a minute.
Okay.
What are you hoping for?
No, I just needed to process that. Like, okay, so actually they're together. They are both successfully exploring relationships outside their main relationship, and they're doing so honestly, and talking about it helped. Go on.
Please be happy as well. Please.
Well,
be
imagine if
happy
you
as
wrote in and
well.
was like, how do I break up with my girlfriend? She's just asked for an open relationship. But go on, Andrew.
Hi. Just listen to episode
Hi.
177. I'm the boyfriend of S. Call me A.
Hi, A.
I'm a straight man. Sorry to disappoint.
Hello, A.
I completely figured out what was happening with S and the sexuality crisis, and raised it first, as I had an awareness of autism and the link to gender sexuality, and I noticed more secrecy around videos being watched, etc.
Okay.
We had conversations when we first got together about her attraction to women and our shared questions about whether monogamy was even right and natural.
Yeah.
But this time around, with this renewed conversation, I said that nobody should ever reach the end of their life without giving themselves time to explore their desires, potential, or whatever they need to do to be their full selves.
True.
Even as a straight man, I can relate a lot, as I was mocked in my youth for interest in particular girls, so I would keep this side of my life quiet and not discuss with friends or family. Not quite the same as having a sexuality that society cruelly looks down on, but definitely have felt ashamed and embarrassed about my own romantic life.
Okay, self-aware king. Hello.
I've said to S, please let her full self take the path it needs to take, and I'll do the same, and we can let go of decades of frustration. I was well positioned to hear everything she had to tell me, as I've been carefully dismantling the logic of society norms for 20 years to get past anxiety and develop neglected parts of myself. Whether through hypnosis, psychology, or magic mushrooms, we have both revealed many secrets we thought were locked away forever, and it's been very liberating. Also, having kids on the surface might seem to complicate matters, but I've actually found myself feeling like everyone is/was a child, and we should all be nurtured in a way that meets us where we are and lets us flourish. I feel I didn't get to do this due to the aforementioned anxiety and executive function problems, and S obviously didn't either. I think society needs to be way more chill, and I'm personally committed to being more helpful to myself, to those around me, and beyond in whichever ways I can. My partner and child is not my property. I'm not going to make them do anything or hold them back. Live and let live. Thanks. Sorry for the long email. A.
Okay, I'm gonna cry. Are you
What?
gonna cry?
Is the podcast over now? Like what? That was what? Yay, A. Whoa.
That is so beautiful.
Huh?
That was
Yeah.
so profoundly beautiful. I want you to read. I'm gonna listen back to that.
Also just so remarkable to be like, oh no, the complication is not the child. In fact, the clarifying point is the child, because in having one, you remember that literally everyone was a child and most of us weren't taken care of in the ways that maybe we needed to be because we're being raised by human beings. And this is an opportunity to just let them do their thing. And that was so beautiful.
Hey, I admire your like understanding and empathy so much. Like your ability
Me
to be
too.
like, well, I understand. I went through something tricky, so this is something I'm going to give grace for. And you're not doing that thing that people often do where they go like, well, I had to go through it, so I'm going to punish you having to go through it because I experienced shame. You should experience shame. And being like, no, I make it better for the next person. I think that's just such a special thing that, you know what, I'll say it, particularly in this day and age, we could do a lot more of people being like, it should be better for the next people because I had it shitty.
Yeah.
And we don't punish the next group. And I think that was really well put as well.
Wow.
How
I feel like
lovely.
I just had like a hug of an email. I feel sort of like, whew.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's really lovely.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
Dang.
And also like,
That kid is lucky.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to have a rad parents. That's so wicked. Also like really nice to have. I feel like the more times we can approach non-monogamy and non-monogamy can approach monogamy without like judgment, it's so nice to hear like one isn't right or wrong. It's just depending on your circumstances, the couple you're in,
Yeah.
the life you're leading, the circumstances you both find yourself in. And it just doesn't have to be like, it can be like, I can meet you where you are. It doesn't have to be like,
Totally.
this is a reckoning. Wow.
And
How
also
nice.
keep your mind open. What's right for you now? Like, do you know what I mean? Like you people, we make rules for ourselves sometimes going like, well, I'm this thing or I'm that thing. And it's like, no, we change. And everyone knows that like all your cells in your body change every 7 years.
Yeah.
But like your brain develops. It's constantly
Yeah.
developing new neural pathways. Like I'm into it. Like I don't even listen to Real Dictators anymore.
What?
Like, do you know what I mean? Like things that you're like, I couldn't have lived without that.
What?
I just don't listen to it much anymore. Like it's really fallen away and I'm doing a lot of
I've given
Audible.
up on news agents.
It happens because you've changed.
But you're not allowed to give up on TrustyHogs. That
Oh
is,
my
you know,
God,
you
I
must-
did
No,
not
no, oh my God,
realise I
sorry,
was
yes, so
saying
please.
that.
Hello, hi, come back. Hey, sorry, whoa. No,
was such
God,
a
that was crazy.
stupid
But-
thing
no,
to
no, sorry,
say.
no, sorry. We obviously, no,
Obviously,
sorry.
you don't change. and you
Podcasts
don't
aren't
move
for
on.
Christmas, they're for life. Thank you. Jesus. Good point,
If
Andrew.
anything, you should
Jesus.
financially recommit to the podcast.
I agree. Double down. Wow,
You
sorry,
know
we
what I
got
meant
crazy.
to say? I meant to message you this, and I forgot to message you it. But you know how like you can't stop listening to all those really intense podcasts.
I just listened to one called Lucky Boy. Jesus Christ.
I don't want to know.
Okay. He was not lucky.
Carrie Hope Fletcher. She's got a lovely voice. She does musical theatre, but she's a babe. On Audible, as part of like a subscription for free, you can listen to her read The Secret Garden. You know the classic.
But I've read
kids.
it.
Oh, you just don't get nostalgia.
I don't. I'm so sorry. I've read
It's
it.
like a warm cut. Yeah, but like it's not like a tick and done, is it?
I've read it. Sorry.
What's wrong with you?
I just.
Why are you not normal, girl?
And I hate
And
Colin.
that's not grace for other people.
I also just hate Colin so much. I actually can't
He's
bear him.
ill, Catherine.
and I don't.
He's not a well
He needs to get a
boy.
new personality. I'm sorry. That can't be your whole personality. I'm
He's
sick.
unwell.
He's an absolute bitter brat. I can't be dealing with him. No, thank you. I don't.
Do you like Mary?
Obviously.
I love
I can
Mary.
read.
How about Deakin?
Mm.
Really? Because he's working class.
No, it's not that. I'm just like, he's just a bit of a simp.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Sorry.
I'll give it. Colin is a bit annoying, but
A
Deakin
bit
Lush,
annoying. He's an absolute nightmare.
Can I ask a personal question?
You always do.
Yeah, true. Did you have these like strong feelings at the age of like 9 or whatever when you read it?
I
Did
hated
you put
Colin
it down
so
and go
much
to
at the
your
time.
mother like Colin's a fucking loser?
Genuinely, yes. We
That's
watched the
so
film and
funny.
basically booed every time he came on.
As a family?
Yeah, pretty much. My dad wasn't there, but we were, yeah.
Can I ask, do you think part of that was because he was English?
No, they were all English.
Yeah, but do you think you would have, if Colin was the exact same personality but Irish, would he have been booed?
No. Because he wouldn't have been like that if he was Irish, because he'd be told to grow up.
See, that is xenophobia.
Get a bit of cop on. You'd want to get out and get some fresh air. There's no way Colin would be in with the curtains closed. As if an Irish family should be in at 5 a.m. The Hoovers outside the door going, wake up, wake up.
The spores hurt him. What was that? I can't remember now. Because I fall asleep listening to it.
He's so annoying.
And he says, do you know this film, Andrew? Or is this like before your time?
No, I know, no idea.
You've read the book, The Secret
I
Garden,
have
surely.
not, I'm afraid.
What?
No.
I think it definitely is our gen because of the film.
Pollyanna, though, you've done.
But no. Sorry.
Heidi?
I'll be honest, I'm really bad on classic literature. I'm just catching up via audiobooks.
Treasure
now.
Island?
No.
I didn't listen to Treasure Island. I mean,
just
read Treasure
did.
Island. I could read.
Can I ask a personal question?
I've probably told this before. We were all members of this listening books library when I was little. It must have been like a special needs scheme. If you had like special needs in your family, you could access this thing. And it was like before, like, oh God, that sounds so old. Before it was like all technology, like downloading audiobooks, and you could take what you wanted in a brochure and send it off, and then they'd lend you out tapes,
That's
like
cool.
cassette tapes, and then you wound up the box and then you sent it back in the
I
post.
used to listen to books on tape.
Yeah, but it was like a audio library we had access
That's cool.
to,
That's cool.
and it was, I don't know where it was. Who knows? It was really weird. If
you
anyone
ever
else was part of listening books in the UK, let me know if it's still
mad
exists.
that we've gone from A to that as if it's a big confession.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
Andrew, do you have another problem for us? And do you have any more updates?
Oh yeah, I can have a look for some updates. I was going to say, did you ever have the library van that came round? Maybe this is a
Yes.
rural thing, but yeah.
No,
love
I lived in a city, thank
Oh,
you.
right, fair. Well, this library van come around, but they had audiobooks, but they also had like BBC comedies and stuff. So I used to get like these CD discs and listen to like
Oh,
Radio 4 sketch shows and
Andrew.
stuff.
Dear God.
Yeah,
Oh
that was my
I say
origin.
that, but I would go to my school library and get out the BBC, because we didn't have the BBC DVDs of Pride and Prejudice and watch it over and over again, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
We don't have an update, but we have well, we do have more updates. But this is actually a response to.
I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
God.
I know we're trying to get through it. Which Bennett sister? Like, I know for Mr. Darcy, but was there a sister you were interested in as well?
I mean, obviously Elizabeth.
Okay, Slay.
So
was just
who's
curious.
picking anybody else?
I don't know.
Kitty's a fucking nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Mary snooze.
Mary's got a book about her now. My mum recommended it. It's called The Other Bennett Sister, and it's just written from Mary's perspective, and she's
Well,
actually
fair
really
play.
good.
She deserves
We
it.
should read that. I
She
think we
deserve-
both like that.
Yeah, probably I'm a Mary at heart, but like, Jesus Christ, she's dull, isn't she? Fuck, she's so
She
boring.
likes to play the piano and practice.
Yeah, but like, she's not. Oh, listen,
Yeah.
anyway, sorry.
I think
Anne.
Jane's really dull as well.
Jane's so boring. It's crazy.
the
only-
big Bennett sister.
Yeah, Mike. Well, I don't think you can call her that.
Yeah, she's a big lass. Technically a unit. I've said it now. I
Who's
love
the
it.
other one?
I just want to talk about it because obviously I've read it, so I just like to let everyone know that I've read a Jane Austen book.
Congratulations. Well done. Have you done Sense and Sensibility?
No, that's
Oh.
Marianne and Eleanor, isn't it? And Edward.
One of the few that both sisters are cool. Okay, Andrew, we're ready for some news.
I just realized it was a response to something in the extras, so maybe I'll read that in the extras.
Okay, great. I
that
don't
then.
like the idea of it being a response rather than an update. Is it just like an
Oh, no,
8-point
like a
reply
sort
to
of-
things we said wrong?
No, it's like an empathetic thing, like, oh, thank you for speaking about this. Like, I suffer for this same thing.
Okay, it's not like a Q&A thing where at the end of a film where someone's like, I don't have so much of a question as an observation, and you're like,
We do get emails like that, and I put them straight in the bin.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Wait, what the fuck? What film is that at the end?
Don't, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Ready for another one, Andrew?
Yes, so this is from H.
IH.
I was just accepted to a program through my culinary school where I'll get to spend 6 months abroad in Ireland working in a kitchen at a hotel.
Cool.
I live in Chicago.
Cagorgicus. That means congratulations in Irish.
Cagorgicus. I like that.
Cagorgicus.
Very good.
That's really fun. I live in Chicago and grew up in LA, so I'm preparing for a bit of a culture shock. Catherine, any advice about how to make the best of my time in your country? Irish authors to read, restaurants or shops you recommend in the area, places to find queer community. Is there even a single lesbian bar in Cork? Is it cringe to kiss the Blarney Stone? I'll hear anything you have to say. And Helen, any advice for working in a hotel or moving country?
Okay. Congratulations. How exciting. You're going to Cork. Incredible. The proper republic. How thrilling.
It's the capital.
No, Dublin's the capital, but it's
No,
the People's
but they
Republic.
call it the capital.
They call it the People's Republic, but that's okay.
Oh, I got lied to. Sorry.
No,
everyone.
that's all right. But well, I mean, other people call it the capital. It's anyway. Cork is a gorgeous city. You're gonna have a great time. I don't know if there's a lesbian bar in Cork. I know there's plenty in Dublin. You can go to Penny Lane, or you can go to lots of there's loads and loads of places. I think there will now be probably lots of queer spaces in Cork, but I'm not sure of what they are.
I'm going to message a queer person in Cork I know and ask why you're doing that.
Fantastic. Listen, you can kiss the Blarney Stone if you want to. You know, it's an experience. I don't want to take it away from you. An Irish person wouldn't do it. My big tips for you, if I may, having observed some Americans in Ireland, are welcome. Thank you so much for coming. We're so delighted to have you here. Let's take that volume down. Let's just make it an indoor voice. I'll tell you for what, English people speak with confidence. Irish people speak like the English might still be listening. Which is to say they're relatively, barring being drunk, relatively quiet and quite like, they don't really take up space. And so they find that quality in Americans quite like alarming.
Alarming is such a funny word.
Alarming. So I just think like be chill, but you're LA, so I think you will be. We love Americans. We're worried about you, obviously. Your country seems terrifying. So come to safety. By all means, you're very welcome. What I would say is things to read. Obviously, I'm sure you've read Sally Rooney, but do. I'm sure you've read Maeve Binchy, maybe, but do. I'm sure you've read... Maeve Binchy is Irish. I'm not just making that up. I mean, there's loads and loads.
Yes.
A good... you might want to read...
James Joyce.
The Bee Sting. I mean, James Joyce.
Hang on, I did actually leave out...
They have to be books you can get through in like the 6 months she's
brackets.
there.
Irish authors reads brackets. I devoured the Bee Sting. So.
Oh, okay, great. Wicked.
Ahead of
Okay,
the
so we're
curve.
on the same page. Okay, great. And then just, I would say, watch on Colleen Keown. It is an Irish film. It's beautiful. Quite dark, but like a good indication of like a nice reference to have seen. Watch Kneecap. Listen, I think...
Do not look up what the British did.
You could watch Once Upon a Time in Belfast if you want a bit of Irish history in a digestible way. In fact, I think you should. And then just honestly have the best fucking time. Like, people in Cork are lovely. People of Ireland are very, very friendly and welcoming.
Yeah.
I think if you're not Irish, that's also fine. You don't have to find an 8th removed grandparent. You're just welcome to come and be a tourist, my love.
That is, I think, such a fair point. Because I don't know if do the Americans know that the stereotype is that they all like they're aware that we all talk about it.
And
Have you seen the SNL sketch with Paul Mescal?
No, but I that
It's-
sounds.
They're just in an Irish bar, and these Americans go, "Oh, we're actually Irish American," and then Paul Mescal goes, "But Jesus, no!" And it's like, oh, what's the name? Oh, Connell. Oh my God, we got an O'Connell in the village. Go fetch her! And they're like losing their minds. It's very, very funny.
Oh, and don't buy a T-shirt that says "Era, Ireland" or Cork on it until you leave, at least. Love you, wish you well. I know you're gonna have the best time. Any tips for working in a hotel?
Yes. I loved Cork. I'll say that. And there's dolphins if you go to Cove and go out on a boat on the bay.
That's
I didn't
true.
see any, but I got told there were.
You can
by
also go to
an
Kerry
honest
and see them
man.
in Dingle, only up the road.
You gotta go to somewhere called Dingle. That's just good fun.
That's just a good time.
That's just good fun. I'm currently messaging with Kira. You can wait for the messages when they come back. They're trying to find exactly what you're looking for.
Yo. Any particular street? Actually, kind
I
of
will
a
say
street.
there's a really lovely comedy night at Coughlin's. That's where tour shows go. Everyone tours there.
Patrick
It's so
Spicer from a couple of weeks ago. He's going Coughlin's.
Spicer's
Kira,
at Coughlin's.
Kira is saying Impala is not an explicit gay bar, but extremely gay coded, and we love that kind of advice. Oh, I just thought of something. You simply
Impala.
must read the Rachel incident.
Yes.
It's set in Cork, for the love of God.
Yeah, it's really
It's
good.
incredible.
Is that the book that Catherine gave you?
Yeah, by
Yeah.
Caroline O'Donoghue. It's brilliant, and it's set circa 2012 in Cork around the crash of the Celtic Tiger. I think that would be a really good read actually on your way over. Lovely, and you'll recognize the streets, and it'll be lovely.
I so love doing that as well. Like I forgot, like reading a book of the location that you're going
Oh,
to.
it's
is
so
just
fun.
So like
It's so fun.
Vibe.
Yeah, to be like,
Um,
oh, there it is.
We still need to go to Cordoba.
I
after
know,
the-
I'd
think
love
about it
to,
all the
love to.
time.
Yeah.
But genuinely, read the Rachel incident immediately
It's
and
very
just have
good.
the best time.
So Impala explicitly, not an explicit gay bar, but extremely gay coded, and Vibe is the village gay bar.
Fine.
There you
Nice.
go.
Vibe.
So there are places.
Who knew?
There we go. There's places.
Gorgeous.
Working in a hotel. I mean, you know this probably if you want catering. Do everything they say for the first 2 months. Be like completely indispensable, and then you'll be able to choose a bit more with your time. Usually, like same with everything in catering. Like you won't be able to ask for any time off. But if you're really, really good, they'll be so desperate to have you, like, do you know, on any shift that you'll be able to pick and choose a bit better. So it's just like a rough start.
Good advice.
And make friends with everyone because they're the people that be working your crazy fucking hours.
And the Irish culture is not to tip, by the way, which isn't to say that you shouldn't work hard. You should be paid better than you are in the States, and there might be a service charge included, but just don't be shocked by that.
I think last thing to say is what food should they definitely eat? So like doing culinary course. I know I ate in the famous English market in Cork, and they've got a very famous.
Go to the
Is it a
English market for
chowder?
sure. I'm sure they do have a chowder there.
You'll see a little queue, and it's like you sit around the top of it, and it was the most gorgeous thick soup.
The seafood in Ireland is really fucking good. It's
Yeah.
really, really, really good. I mean, we're a tiny island and you're on a coast. You're going to have great seafood. So enjoy.
Oh, tell you what I did in Cork that wasn't
Go on.
great. I
Wasn't great.
got a spice bag from a spa.
Well, that's on you. Get a spice bag from an actual Chinese
Yeah, I
steak
know.
shop.
I was
SPAR.
I was in a rush. Yeah, from a spa,
Corner shop.
Well, that's on
from
you.
a corner shop.
Oh, there's a very specific culinary Irish tradition, and that is the chicken roll.
Yeah.
So you can go into any Spar Centra sort of corner shop and go in and get a hot chicken roll. Usually has some lettuce and then lots of mayo and then whatever you want in there.
Yeah.
It actually looks really nice.
Chicken rolls, like, yeah, it's a
I
big,
think I'm just hungry, but I'm craving it.
yeah.
Would it be weird to suggest listening to West Cork, the podcast about the
I
murder?
think yes. I
Yeah.
think that would be a crazy call, given that she's a single woman going to.
I was thinking.
yeah,
it'd be a
why would you
crazy
even
call.
say that?
I was just wanting to check with you
That's
whether
a
you thought it was
horrible idea.
crazy. Because you'd made so many nice suggestions, I sort of wanted to join in.
Yeah, I think that's awful.
Don't. Never mind.
Best of luck.
Have fun.
Fantastic.
Honestly, Gorgeous and Gnairi and Thola. Good luck.
Lovely.
Hold my home.
Nope.
No.
And have fun. Have fun and tell us how you get on.
Yeah. Yeah, please write an update.
Or come see me on tour in Cork and tell me in person.
That'd be wicked.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Are you doing Coughlin's?
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
I think I am.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Heaven.
The dates will be out by now, hopefully.
Andrew?
So you know what? I was so lost and enjoying the Cork recommendations that I just completely forgot I had to find more emails. But
I
I've got,
feel really bad because I feel like I should have more of them because my sister goes to Cork all the time because her girlfriend's from Cork and indeed that's where our dad's from. But I haven't been to Cork City in years and so I don't know.
but I do have another email.
Oh
here.
my God, the Butter Museum.
No, behave yourself.
How can I forget? Neil O'Rourke taught me. It was fucking brilliant. People say it takes about 10 minutes. You can spend a good 3 hours in there if you want to read everything. There's two floors to it. It's just the history of butter
By the way-
making in Cork, including 2 videos. It's brilliant.
Also, by the way, if you're in Cork, like you should know that the dairy products in Ireland are incredibly good. Like the butter's unreal, the milk is unreal. You're gonna have a good time food wise.
It's
Andrew, we're
bananas
ready.
how
Yes.
good it is.
Well, we have an exciting little email here. It's not a problem or an update, but a potential sort of future. And let's see. I'll just read it.
What?
This is from G.
Hi, G.
What are you thinking? I'm thinking
don't
it's from
know.
a witch or something.
I don't know.
From a witch.
Or like a ghost.
I went to Wakefield Rhubarb Festival this weekend.
Never mind.
Okay, well, not witchy.
I saw a famous person buying rhubarb in a deli near me the other day.
Rhubarb's-
Sonia from EastEnders.
Wow,
I'm not joking.
how
No, not
exciting.
EastEnders.
Natalie
Sorry.
Cassidy.
What did I just say that for? Sonia from Alan Partridge.
That makes way
Not
more
Sonia
sense.
from EastEnders. I saw her buying rhubarb and I was like,
That is a real thrill. Rhubarb's really obviously having it's obviously
is it
seasonal.
having a moment? Is that
Well, it's
what it
obviously
is?
seasonal because Pophams, where I get the yogurt bowl on a Sunday,
Yeah.
do a seasonal compote, and it's been cherry for a while now, which I love. But it's rhubarb all of a sudden,
And you're loving
it's
it?
delightful.
That's my girl.
Shout out Pophams.
Shout out fruit.
Well, here is the Wakefield Rhubarb Festival, which
Okay.
exists, is a thing.
Question
over
mark,
the
where's
moon.
Wakefield?
Yorkshire.
Right.
I saw a stall representing the flapjackery.
Oh my God.
Best place in the world.
The best place in the world. I can't believe I've never actually physically been
I
there.
know,
And I've
the
eaten
amount of
so many of them.
flapjacks
I
you've
love
eaten.
them so much. The millionaire.
The millionaire
Oh my God.
slice shortbread.
Jesus Christ.
Oh
Jesus
my God, I need the
Christ.
flapjackery again in my
I love
life.
it so much. Go on, Andrew.
Well, I'll jump straight in with this future note. Also, because I feel like Catherine would ask, we got the ginger and rhubarb mince pie crumble. They were all
Ooh.
excellent.
Yes.
But anyway, after hearing you rave about them so much, I decided to get some. And whilst I was choosing, I got chatting to the kind man running the stall. I told him I heard great things, and he asked where. When I said a podcast, he asked for the name and what it was about. I said he said he'd give it a listen and maybe send you some goodies. So maybe you'll be getting some flapjacks. Or maybe I've made a middle-aged man extremely confused when he tunes in.
Yeah, or maybe the flapjackery will be like, we cannot send those people anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it. They like us.
crazy.
They're actually being weird about it.
Either way, I really love the podcast. It's so lovely to have something to listen to that's irreverent, silly, and funny, whilst knowing it's never going to suddenly become misogynistic or homophobic.
You never know.
You don't know.
You
we
don't
can
know.
do anything. Hey, you don't know us, man.
Could you imagine?
Oh, now I just want a flapjack so bad.
Oh, God. I've not even thought about the flapjackery for like a hot minute because Sunil hasn't gone home for a while because his car got stolen.
What?
Oh my God.
What?
Did I not tell
The
you?
time of it.
Sorry, what?
Did I not tell you?
No, what? When
It was
his car
chaos.
stolen?
This is ages ago. Like a month ago.
You've never mentioned this.
Okay, number one, you can hear it on his podcast, Rural Concerns, I imagine. It was pure chaos.
What's rural concerns?
His podcast
Since
It's Chris
when?
Cantrell.
with Chris Cantrell.
Since when?
Been running for like
A
a year.
I recorded a birthday message for his first birthday recently.
Sounds fabulous. Happy birthday to
That's
rural concerns.
mental.
No one tells me anything, and the men aren't on my algorithm. I don't.
Sunili?
Barely.
Is that because Charlie fancies him as well as Ellen?
Oh, Ellen and Charlie absolutely adore Sunil Patel.
But they all do. Sunil came back and I was like, oh, how was
He's
the birthday
such a
party? And
vibe.
he was like, it was good. And I was like, who'd you hang out with? He was like, oh, I don't know, just people. And I was like, who did you hang out with? He was like, Ellen and Charlie.
Yeah. Charlie
And we were both fucking away working,
Charlie came back
obviously.
charmed. They talked about Antwerp and her favorite designer, and she was like, "Sorry, who's this man?" And then I think Ellen got quite jealous, and yeah, really like fun. Yeah, fun.
Well, Sunil's car got stolen. It was the other day, and it was Saturday morning.
Hang on, a minute ago it was ages ago. Now it was.
Okay, the other day, a month ago. When was it?
You're the only one who knows.
I know. A couple of weeks ago.
Right.
The other day. Wait, what happened? Yeah. So.
Is this what you're like when you're talking about something that hasn't happened directly to you?
Just trying to get the facts straight in my head.
I would love to see you do like a crime podcast. a true crime podcast.
Wait, no, hang on. Wait, was it West Cork or East Cork or North Cork or wait, huh?
In my defense, I did sleep through quite a bit of it. So.
His car being stolen or what?
Yes, guys. So we went to Sainsbury's and when we came back, our parking space outside the flat was taken. So we parked just around the corner, which happens all the time, right?
Yeah.
Like on that street we live on. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then like a couple of days later, he went to drive it because he was going to go view a flat. And on his way to get it, he was like, well, my car's not there. Oh, fuck, my car's not there. But he was like, oh, I don't want to cancel the viewing. So we got on the bus, went down to it, and like called the police on the way and went, like, my car's been stolen. Like, I parked it somewhere, it's gone. And they went, oh, like, we've had a lot of these recently. Like, they always say that sort of stuff. And he was like, oh, yeah, like, so can you help me get it back? And then he was like, oh, on the phone, they were like, oh, do you have any idea or anyone who would? And he was like, oh, wait, I've got to find my car app thing. So we downloaded the app. I'm still sleeping. I'm having a lovely Saturday morning snooze. And he's
Mad
realized
that you thought that was an important detail. Go on.
he can locate his car on his app on his phone. So he downloads it, does the flat viewing, not for him, and then
What is this app and how do I get it?
like where's my car? You can put like a little. I think it comes as part of his car, but you can like a locator tracker in it, and it's literally just like up the road a bit further. And he was like, "Oh my God!" And he says to the police, "He's like, oh, it's just up the road."
So it wasn't stolen?
It was stolen. Yeah. It was like, I mean, about a 10-minute drive, but like,
Okay.
it's not
Jesus
gone.
Christ.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's like, it's just the road. And he told the police that. He's like, oh, I know where it is. And they went, oh, okay. And he went, should I go get it? And they went, yeah, that would really help us out, actually. They were like, that'd be great. This time he's come back because he's like, oh, I better not go by myself. I was like, definitely do not go by yourself to try and get back a car that's been stolen. Like, you don't even know that street.
Yeah,
and it's like
what are you
a bit
talking about?
more
This is
sketchy.
deranged.
And I was like, okay, well, let me get dressed and I'll come with you. And
Because you love the drama, and I would totally.
I'm
I'd be like, let's
100%.
go, get your car.
I'm 100% in for it. And he was like, oh, I thought you were still sleeping. And I was like, this is awful. He went, no, I've got my best boy on it. So Red Richardson comes round.
Yes, to be fair, I would bring Red.
Would you?
Yeah,
Would you?
I would. I actually would. That tash means business.
Does it?
Yeah.
So Red obviously
I'd
is
100%.
fucking
I would love that.
Cheshire cat smiling. He cannot believe a boy's chosen him to do it. To the point, wait for this. Red pulls up to our flat. Sunil's, he's chill. He doesn't feel anything. I'm like, this is awful. Boys, please be careful. Please
I'd be getting in the
careful.
back seat. I'd be like, I'm coming.
Red does 2 laps of our street with the window down, wearing sunglasses.
Yes.
Like, are you ready, boy? We're gonna go serve justice. Like, what the fuck? Like that.
That's incredible. So,
insane.
did they get it back?
So Sunil gets in Red's car.
This is so fun. I love
and
this.
they get there, and it's like a really narrow road, and then they can see Sunil's car, and they get up to it. Sunil's got his key, obviously, still.
Motherfuckers.
Opens it. They've gutted a lot of stuff. Like they've been looking for the locator, is what they think. Like a lot of things are like moved around, but he didn't really have anything in it. But he can drive it away. So Sunil gets in it, and him and Red convoy back out.
Is it a good car?
They didn't see any lads. I don't really know. It's just a car.
But is it newish?
Sort of. I don't know. I don't
Do you know
know
the
cars.
brand? Or?
Do I know the brand?
Like the make of car?
Yeah, we've got a Highland Cow toy named after it. Not Toyota. It's a new one. It's a Lexus.
A Lexus.
It's a Lexus.
It's a Lexus.
They're quite expensive.
Yeah, you'd want to get your Lexus back.
So he got it back, and then he rang the police, and he was like, "We got it," and they went, "Oh, great, thank you so much. That really helps us out." And he was like, "Yeah, no worries, lads." And then
Do you
him
want
and
the
Red
name and address of the
were
thieves
like,
who stole my car?
him and Red were like, fuck it, I've never seen 2 lads so happy. To the point they came back in and they asked to have pictures taken. So I had to go out and take pictures of both of them
Yeah, of
together
course.
in front of
That's
their
so
car.
cool.
Like, we did it. Like, I can't believe it. Then they went for a celebratory fry up. And they were like, do you want to get in the car? And I was like, absolutely not. I want nothing to do with this like vigilante justice. And they went to have a fry up to celebrate in London Bridge. What a way to go.
Sorry, I completely don't understand your position here. They stole his car back. That's wicked.
I know, but
why
Catherine-
wouldn't they celebrate getting a Lexus back? This is
They-
like an absolute victory.
But now the Lexus...
Than the police failure, but this is
I
amazing.
know, the police were like, oh, thank you, yeah, please do that. So I don't think you should be sending people in to like not steal back, I don't know, like reclaim your items.
No, they should have had a police officer with them.
Either
That's
way,
crazy.
Red and Snail are fucking heroes. Do you want to see the picture?
Yeah, this is so cool.
They're
oh
so
my God,
happy.
he's even more manly than I thought he
Yeah,
was.
it's badass.
God,
But
he's
since
so
then,
hot. Why is he so sexy?
Him and Red have been like walking around like, you need a thing done, you let us know.
I
And it's
will.
like, I don't want like, not
I
you
will
two.
let them know.
Here they are. Oh my God, they're posing like hard men for like to describe it. It's the 2 of them in our tiny living room.
Oh my God, this
Just
is so
like all
sick.
trying to be beefed up, holding their car keys. Like we
But
did it.
they look wicked and they did do it. I don't
They
really know what the
did
problem
do
is.
it.
They did it.
Isn't that
Yes,
so cute?
boys.
But anyway, but because the Lexus got
God, they're
gutted,
real dead-eyed, starey men, aren't they?
I know.
Not a flicker of emotion.
But all that to be said, don't have a car, so hasn't gone homey, so
Why
haven't
doesn't he have
got
a
any
car?
more flapjackies.
The car he got back.
It still needs to be like they need
Fixed.
to go through it and fix everything up because they did like it did look bad like on the
Christ.
inside. Yeah,
Oh, poor Sunil.
it's not good, is it?
That is awful.
I know.
Sorry, if you had like your fruit bowl stolen, you would have heard about it for 4 weeks.
What
on the
happened
podcast.
to my fruit bowl?
Nothing, but I can't believe you haven't mentioned this.
What happened
His fruit bowl
to
full
my
of
fruit bowl?
100 tiny tangerines.
Yeah.
Yes, Andrew.
Okay, well, I should take it personally. How many problems?
Is my fruit bowl okay?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
your fruit bowl is
fine.
fine.
Jesus.
But why would I not go on the ride along is the other part of that, because I don't believe that we should take the law into our own hands.
Interesting.
What?
I don't know what I'm saying. All that to be said,
Also, we
I
did
haven't had a flapjack in a while.
Also, the other day, we literally walked by. This was so funny. We walked by a bike, and somebody was using separately. Somebody was untying their bike separately around the corner. Somebody obviously got a Lime bike out without using, paying. So it was doing the like whatever.
Yeah.
And so Helen was like, wait, is that man stealing a bike? And I was like, and Helen was like, is that man stealing a bike? And then she's like, oh no, he's just untying his bike. Oh no, somebody's just got a line bike. Oh, everything's fine. You were ready to go, little Miss
beep,
Justice
beep,
Warrior.
and someone looked like they were untying. They
But
were
you
like,
were like-
stealing a bike, and
you
I
were
was
going to
like,
take that into your hands.
I would have been happy in that situation in broad daylight on a busy street.
It was
I
the
think
evening. I didn't want to be there with you at all.
to be like, no, not nice.
Not nice versus like, I'm going to go grab my own car, please.
Yeah. I get worried about the boys.
I tried to get my bike stolen for ages because it was like I left it in my garden for too long, and it was like all like rusted, and I took it to the bike shop, and they're like, oh, how much to fix it up? And they were like £230, but it's worth like 50 quid. I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. I was like, oh, well, do you want it for like spares and stuff? And they were like, no, it would cost us more to get rid of it. So I just left it untied in the main street for ages.
And no one took it.
No one took it for days and days and days.
Wow.
And then finally someone did.
Yes.
But I kept going back, going, oh, for fuck's sake, no one's stolen my bike yet. I really didn't want to get rid of it. I didn't know how to get rid of it.
Wait, don't you have a dump near your
Yeah,
house?
but there's dump infrastructure that I don't want to navigate.
Wow, that's bad community participation by you, Andrew, just ditching a bike.
Oh, well, somebody got a free bike. Good for them.
Did they, or did you just dump a bike in the middle of the street?
If it was there,
I'm not happy about that. I don't think that's good.
if it was there after a week, I would have just sorted out a tip run.
Fine.
But I thought I'll leave it there for a week. And if
Thing
someone
is, he
steals
would
it,
have done.
good.
He's such a
Yeah,
good
he
boy.
better have.
He
Yeah.
would have done.
I'm
He
watching
good
you.
boy.
I'm the local curtain twitcher. I'd be like,
You ever
excuse me,
been
whose bike's
to-
that? Whose bike's that? I saw that little gay boy with that bike. Don't leave your rusty bike outside. Absolutely not.
Have you ever been to a dump in London?
Yeah, I love
They're
going to the dump. I
incredible.
love going to the
I've
dump. It's
only
my
been
favourite place to
once.
drive. I feel so manly when I drive in there, park up, and I'm like, we're going to fling this. Oh, God, I fucking love it.
Good bit of flinging.
I love to fucking chuck stuff in there.
How
Oh, it's
often are you
great.
going to a dump?
As many times as I can.
I need to do a trip to the dump.
I love a dump run.
Would you drive across London down
Um,
to mine to do a dump run?
No.
No, it's too far, isn't
Yeah.
it?
You
Never
get it,
mind.
right?
Yeah.
But you could get Sunil to bring you.
Well, the dump was always mythical when I was younger. Yeah, so Neil could take me. Well, hopefully. If not Red, just driving around.
Oh, you know, he'll come. Papa Red will come. Wait, I think we filled our time, but how many problems have we done?
Filled our time. I think we've done about.
I think we've come to the end of our journey, boys.
I think we've done about 6 actually.
I think that's a real stretch, but we'll take it.
I'll take 6.
Folks, we'll see you in the extras to talk about Helen's love life, an update on something that we did establish in the extras, and more feelings on the dump. Okay, love you, bye.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you so much to our executive producers sat there in the lounge as we expect you are. Thank you, Simon Moores, Guy Goodman, Sarah Deakin, Stefanie Catracchia, Oliver Jago, Anthony Conway, Neil Redmond, Sadie Cashmore, and Angela S. We are so grateful.
Thank you, execs. We love you. And now for our mouth and weird. I loved it so much.
It was very Annie to Mr. like Daddy Warbucks.
Daddy Warbucks.
We love you.
We
No, but thank you.
don't
Thank you for the dollars. Thank you.
Anything but you.
Yeah.
It's such a good song. That tap dance at the end. Everyone Google it. 1982, Aileen Quinn, Annie. And thank you so much to our producers. It's Elle, Richard Bold, Rachel Page, Helen A, Abbie Worf, Luke Bright, Kate, KC, Anthony, Sophie Chivers. Oh my God, I messaged them on Instagram and I asked.
And what do they say?
I think it's Chivers. I can't remember. Oh my God.
To do it and then not know.
That's so annoying.
I
I got a notification. They commented on something and I was like, oh my fucking God. Tell us. This is so annoying. And I'm so sorry, Sophie. We still don't know. Laura Pollock. Dougie Robertson, Becky Fox, Tim and Dom, Raia Fink, Cordelia, Amy O'Riordan, Taz, Carey Seuthe, CV, we still don't know. Stephen Chicken, we know that one.
Imagine it's Stephen Chiken.
Imagine. Okay, well, Stephen Chiken. Shout out Chiken too. Bryn, Jam Rainbird, Tamsyne Smith-Harding, Claire Owen-Jones, Harald Van Dijk, Rachel Walker, Rachel R, Sarah Molly, Tina Linsey, Leah Overend. Always funny to me. Chloe, Liz
Could be
Fort.
Overend.
Damn it. Overend, just in case. Chloe, Liz Fort, Charley A, Hayley Singer.
Love it.
Signer? No.
Probably not.
That would be a G before the end, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? Thank you all so much. And we respect all of your names equally. From me, Helen Bauer, and Catherine Bohart.
Bye.
Bye.